super excited to have the incredible Tyler, Bryant, and the Shakedown. How you doing?
We're great. It's good to be back here at Ramblin Man.
It's great to have you back.
I feel like we've been in this barn before.
It's deja vu, isn't it?
Yeah, all over again.
All over again. Yeah, because it was just last year. How come you came back again? Do you love it so much?
Yeah, well, we had a great time. Last year we were in the blues tent. We were very excited to be asked to be on the main stage this year.
Yeah.
And the lineup is incredible. A lot of our friends are playing, and yeah, we saw more Shakedown t-shirts and saw more people singing along this year, so it was awesome.
No, it was great. And like you say, you've got lots of friends here. It is a bit of a family vibe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Seems like you know everyone here. I've been looking at your Instagram, and it's like another picture of Blackberry Smoke or Hailstorm.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, like, we just finished a big tour with Blackberry Smoke in America.
Yeah.
And you know, Lizzie and Joe from Hailstorm are my fishing buddies back in Nashville.
Are they?
Yeah. So
who's the best fisher?
I think Joe definitely is probably the most well-read fisherman I know.
That is pretty random. I
Yeah.
could never put you down as being a fisherman. Where did that come about?
I love to fish. I grew up in Texas in the country, so.
Okay, so
He's
that's
as
where-
redneck as they come.
Yeah.
Yeah, I brush my teeth in motor oil.
So none of you,
Motor oil.
do any of you go fishing with him?
I've been once. I have zero patience, but I like it. I enjoy
Yeah.
it. It's beautiful, you know. But I'm sick of it after an hour. I'm done.
You know,
yeah,
you know
it does take a lot of patience.
what the saying is, you know, the worst day fishing is better than the best day at work. But then whenever you have a job like this where you get to come to a cool festival,
Yeah.
it doesn't really work, but I like to do it.
So the last year, there was you told me a story about your pink guitar being stolen. But there is a happy ending to this story, isn't there?
No, yeah, I played it today.
You got it back.
It's crazy. Caleb called me and someone had gotten in touch with him and said, you know, I think I have Tyler's guitar. I think this pawn shop. So I called every pawn shop under that name. Wasn't there. The lady got in touch with him again. 99% sure I know where it is. Call this number. So I called the guy. He called me back. I was in the hardware store buying fishing supplies actually when he called me back. And I was so excited that I threw the stuff in the car and I shut the door and I smashed my rod and reel in half. But I was so excited about getting the guitar back, and someone had sold it to this guy who owned a used car dealership after 5.5 years of this guitar being missing.
That is insane.
And he took pictures of it, sent it to a guy at a guitar shop. That guy was a Shakedown fan, went and bought the guitar and mailed it to me.
Oh my God, that's so sweet. Did you have to pay him for it? Or
No,
not?
they did it as a gift. So
That's so wonderful.
I believe it's River City Guitars in Spokane, Washington.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Pretty cool.
It just feels like you're meant to have that guitar.
Yeah, I mean, well, it was a huge part of my life and
Yeah.
my journey into music and rock and roll, and it's, you know, he came over the day I got it back, and I had chills the whole day because it was like finding a long lost friend.
Yeah.
And at shows now, you can hear people going out in the crowd, Pinky, Pinky. You know, everyone's excited to see it again.
Yeah.
So
It's funny too. Like when I saw it, you know, I didn't believe it until I saw it.
Yeah.
I was like, "There's no way that's the guitar." And he's like, "No, it's it. It's it. I swear, you got to come over and see it." And then I saw it, and I was like, "Oh my God, there's still drumstick marks from the back where he'd flip it over and I'd play like during my solo in the front." And then he plugged it in, and I was like, "Wow, that sounds like Shakedown in 2012."
yeah, it's cool.
You know,
Is
it's
it
crazy.
true? Does a guitar does it have a sound?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that true? Could you really?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think also it's just that was years and years of like my personality was shaped with that guitar, and it's like so much went into it
Yeah.
that, you know, it just kind of had my vibe in it, and it was like, I don't know, like I was gonna say like if you take like Luke Skywalker's like lightsaber away. I don't really know. I've never seen Star Wars, so I don't know if
You've
that's
never seen Star Wars?
No,
Get
I don't
out
know
of
if that's a
here.
good
Star Wars analogy.
What?
That was.
You might just have
that
some
was
people
a-
end the interview
yeah,
right
Right.
now.
Next
TV.
bang.
Who hasn't seen Star Wars? That's the problem. You've been
This
too
guy.
busy in your bedroom playing guitar.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, I got it back, and it was like it was just the best feeling. So,
Okay.
And people, I take it out at our VIP meet and greets, and I let all the kids who play guitar who come to our shows play it. And so
Love
it's the
this.
first time I've had it in the UK or in Europe, and it's been getting lots of good loving everywhere I go.
Oh, it's such a wonderful story. I love it. We need to do a piece just about that guitar.
And kids are really excited when they see it.
Yeah, I bet.
So it's cool.
Yeah, it's got a great ending. Wonderful story. So I've seen a few of your shows live now. fangirl over here, and when you're doing your own shows, it's quite an intimate venue, and you are very well connected with your audience. Like, you dig in, you get in there, you even jump into the audience and play. How do you find it when you're playing like a main stage here, or you're supporting someone like Guns N' Roses, which is a big venue? Do you feel like it takes a little bit extra to connect with the audience?
Absolutely. We have to work, especially on the Guns shows.
Yeah.
Because, like, we've talked about this before, like, we are literally just a means to an end. We're 30 minutes that the audience wants to be over so they can get Guns N' Roses. So
Do you feel like that?
Oh, absolutely. And so we have to do our best to rope as many people in as we can. And honestly, without those shows and all of the just like lessons we've learned from playing those arenas and stadiums, who knows what our sets would be like here. But today it was great to look out and see. I even saw someone in the back wearing the Shakedown shirt, and I was going, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, because whenever we do clubs, we're still establishing ourselves as a headlining band. And so those are our people. But at a festival, it's Blackberry Smokes people, it's Hailstorms people, it's the Colts people. And so we have to get as many of them as we can, and it's a fun challenge.
You're trying to win them over.
Exactly, that's what we came here for.
Which I think you're doing, because you keep coming back. We want more of you, so you're doing something right.
Well, I'm glad that they asked us to play again,
Yeah.
So
what's next for you guys then? Because obviously the album came out last year.
November.
Last November. Yeah.
So anything new on the horizon? Or?
Yeah, well, we've been writing new songs as a band, in our downtime, which is
Never.
we don't have a lot of it, but when we do get home to Nashville, when we've been home, we've done a fair bit of writing for the next project, and then we're gonna have a little bit of time when we get home from the GNR shows, and then we're gonna go out with Clutch in America.
Oh, okay, that's gonna be interesting.
Because we've been spending so much time over here that America's starting to go, hey, what about us, guys?
They're feeling neglected.
So we've got to get back on our home turf and kind of spread the rock.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I was chatting to Jaron from the Cadillac 3 yesterday, obviously another friend of yours. He said that you lived with him back in the day.
I pretty much did live
when
with
you
him.
had short hair.
Yeah, I pretty much did. Like, when I moved to Nashville, Jaron was my next door neighbor. And
this is what I love about Nashville.
my first writing session was with Jaron, and we didn't know each other very well. He had come to a gig I did with my old blues band and said, like, come over, man, we'll drink beer, we'll write a song. I was like a little kid.
Yeah. You were 17 or something, weren't you?
I wasn't even 17 when I met him.
Oh my
I was
God.
like 16 probably. And so I went over, I left my house like 30 minutes early because it was the first professional Nashville songwriting session I was gonna have. And he was my next door neighbor. I put it in the GPS, it said approximate travel time 1 minute. And I showed up and he was taking his trash out and he was like, dude, not cool to show up early. Who shows up early?
Really? That's your first lesson?
And he had stocked half of his fridge with Yoo-Hoo and half of it with beer.
This is what he told me. He did say that. He was like, and I was like, what's Yoo-Hoo? He's like, oh, it's chocolate milkshake, isn't it, or something?
but I spent a lot of time with him and his wife Evan, he was dating at that time. But I messaged him yesterday and said, we're trying to make it in time for your set. And he goes, oh, don't worry about it. You know what we sound like. Really, really badass. I thought that was funny.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So typical Jaron.
Yeah.
I love those guys though.
They're the best.
We've known them since the American Bang days, and a lot of the songs off the Wild Child record were written with Jaron or Neil. And I co-wrote a song on the American Bang record before Cadillac 3. And
I think we were in a video.
You?
We were in their Wild and Young video as extras.
Yeah,
oh my God, I'm gonna check it out.
Fun fact. When they were Cadillac Black, they did one of their very first shows supporting the Shakedown.
That's right.
At 3rd and Winsley. And then they went like this. See ya.
And you're going, we're coming after you.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Were you in it as well? Were you all in it? In the video?
Were you in the video? The music
not
video?
in the video,
I think it was
no.
just Tyler and I.
Was it?
Yeah.
But I remember we painted a white van, the American flag, the whole deal, and then it was like, hang it up on fire, and it was like, a whole day thing. It was hilarious. It was great.
Brilliant.
Those are great guys, man. When we toured over here with them, we had all kinds of transportation issues, and they were kind enough to let us just load all of us onto their bus with them and use their gear, and
Okay, that's
So,
cool.
good.
So what is it about Nashville? Why is there a real hotbed of music coming out of there at the moment, do you think? Because there's so many of you.
It's the community. It's
Yeah.
a good community, you know, like
It's supportive
It's
of
exactly
each
what
other.
we're talking about,
Yeah.
where it's people getting together and writing together and collaborating and going to each other's shows and spreading the word.
Yeah. Great.
Just an overwhelming amount of talented people live there. So
It's like our inner circle, you know, is, you know, you've got a little bit of this music and a little bit of this music, and it's all like so good. Everybody's so talented in their own way, in their own right, and it's inspiring. You
Yeah.
know, even if it's not the same thing that we do or that, you know, you do personally, it's still really cool to see the success of everyone that everybody is having, and that's why Nashville's amazing. You know,
It's
because
really
you get a
nice.
lot of that all the time.
Yeah, because it doesn't seem like anyone's jealous of each other. It's like really, it seems like everyone's really encouraging, which is nice.
Yeah.
For the most
Yeah.
part, yeah.
For the most part. Yeah.
Yeah. We're coming at you, Jared.
Yeah.
No, it's all, you know.
Oh, great.
It's like a family vibe there, you know.
Yeah, it's very nice. Now, before I let you go, I have to raid your pockets. So basically, can you show me what's in your pockets, please? And is there anything that you're willing to give up so that we can give away in a competition?
This is all I have in my pocket.
That's good enough for
And
me.
then
a pick.
maybe something else. Let me see.
I really don't know that I have anything in my
What?
I can't
Okay.
play drums with stuff in my pockets.
You
I
said-
definitely do not have my
What's
wallet.
that?
You want one of these?
Hotel key. What is it? Strepsil.
It's like a little.
I have a
like,
phone.
local thing. That's my.
You can have my
English
phone.
telephone.
A phone. Yeah, I'll take that.
Actually, here. Burt's Bees.
Are you gonna give up your lip balm?
Yeah.
Oh no, that could be trouble. Thank you.
I use it too.
Do you? Oh, good. Communion.
Caleb
Oh, yeah.
Crosby's lip balm, just
Yes.
for you.
You don't want to know where that's
Ladies,
been.
you're gonna love that. No, we don't know where it's been, but that's cool. Listen, thank you so much.
It was an awkward way to end this.
It's a really awkward way to end it, but
That's
we're
the,
cool
it's
with
the best
that.
way. Yeah, exactly.
It's
the way it
better
should be.
ending on the awkward rather than starting
Totally.
on the awkward.
Yes,
so
yes.
great. Thank you.
Hey, good
Thanks
to
for
see
having
You
us.
too.